Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, JJ Diamond, Jackie, Dejah, whatever y'all call me. Today is Saturday. I did tell y'all I was going to make podcasts on Saturday due to my job. I'm not able to do it throughout the week, so I can give y'all 3 days. Today I wanted to talk about who Dejah was. It's like I feel like everyone around me is they trying to recreate Dejah's life, or my life is a part of their life, and that's not, how things should be. My life is my life, and I'm going to pray about it, because I see people are doing the things that I've done, as a child, but they don't realize that a lot of things came with my life. So, with that being said, I just want to explain Dejah's life a little bit, okay? For those that don't know, Jackie and Dejah is one and the same, okay? So the same life that Jackie had, Dejah had, okay? I was given that name, Dejah. Reason why I was given that name is because people were seeking me out from my college days, performing. At the time, my name was Mama Brandy, and I guess they didn't like that name. Sony was seeking me out, their A&Rs. Shout out to Sean. He was one of the A&Rs, and I started dating his brother. Not Sean. Sean was his brother. I forgot his brother's name, which was the A&R for Sony. But the guy I was dating name was Sean. However, I met him at a club, okay, and, Jackie was always happy-go-lucky.
Podcast.
Yes. What do you had to say? Was it important?
How long is it?
I just started. And like I said, I was a happy-go-lucky type of person. I've always been partying, dancing, because that's what my family, I grew up in. My family had parties every single weekend, if not every weekend, every other weekend, down to my grandmother, Armatine Rodriguez. She was the one who taught her family to have a good time once a week, once every 2 weeks, and bring the family together. So this is what we did, However, as my family members started getting older and Grandma Tina died off, it didn't work that way. However, it was still in my soul. I needed to go to the club to dance, or, I just needed to dance, It's like I used to get the feeling I needed to go to church. I needed to go shout. I needed to pray, because this is what my family taught me. For those who don't know, I had two brothers. One, Michael D'Angelo Dowdy, and one, Curtis Wayne Dowdy. I was the only girl. None of us, me and Mikey, we lived together with my mom, and my brother Curtis lived in Buffalo. And my little brother died. Y'all read the story in Wounded Survive Thrive. My brother was in Buffalo when I became of age to be able to take care of myself and do things on my own. I couldn't find my brother for a long period of time. In the college that I was in, God had sent someone from Buffalo, and she was happening to go back home to Buffalo. This is how God works in my life. This is why I respect God and love God so much. She said, I'm going back to Buffalo. She said, we're going to find your brother. And I said, okay. She said, well, I got an apartment up there. And once I get settled, I'm going to call you. You come up. I said, okay. And It's funny how God works, guys. It's funny how God works. It's about to bring tears to my eyes. So I called her, and she said, yeah, I finally got my place. Come on, come on. Come on up and we're going to find your brother. I said, okay. She said, I know a guy that lives off of such and such street. I forgot the street. I don't know if it was Genesee or wherever he lives. But when I got there, she made that call. It was amazing. It was amazing, guys. This is why I respect God the way I do. And I need y'all to understand this, okay? I got to her house. I put my bags down and I sat on her couch. She made the call. In less than an hour, my brother was standing in front of me. So my brother had his own place, and, he told the girl, thank you so much. Thank you so much for finding my sister and bringing my sister to me. So my brother wanted me to come stay with him. I went to stay with him, got to know the people that he was around, Years later, I decided to move up there because I was going through some things in New York. That's how I got to Buffalo. Okay. Now, I tried to find that lady. This is how God works, people. Sometimes God puts people in your path just for a journey, okay? Just for that moment, I went back to find her when I finally moved to Buffalo and knocked on the door, and she had moved. God has sent her to New York to bring me to Buffalo to find my brother because I needed my sibling, okay? Because I had already lost my sibling, one of my siblings, and I felt lost without a sibling. I felt like I was the only child. Things was different for me. I was in the system, it was just crazy, okay? So this is why I tell people, don't try to recreate Dejah's life because Dejah went through things before she got to the point of Buffalo. My life didn't start in Buffalo, okay? My life started in New York City, okay? So you can't recreate something if you've never been through the whole package. So I need y'all to stop. And I'm going to pray about this. Okay? I had just got out of a marriage. I dropped out of college. Well, no, I didn't drop out of college at first. I got out of a marriage with a person that he was a good man, but he was seeking love from his sister that had just passed away, and her name was Jacqueline as well. So he was dealing with a lot of issues, and I guess by calling me helped him grieve better because we had the same name. We were both brown-skinned, so it wasn't that we married. I don't believe that we married because we were really, really in love. I believe that we married because he needed me to help him get through the grieving process, and once I learned that, it was time for me to go. Sometimes we have to understand that it's okay to be used, but not misused, and I learned that a long time ago. Y'all know I'm a Christian, so I read my Bible and I understand what God is trying to teach me, However, that relationship went on, about his business. We broke up. I was still in college. That's when I was in college for nursing. And I didn't have the luxury of my parents paying for school for me because I was married. That's the way the government does things. They put it on the husband if the wife is trying to go to school once you get married, So I couldn't, beg my parents to help me pay for school. Shout out to the Jews. You know, they paid off. I was going to school for doing hair. I didn't complete that because I was pregnant with my oldest child, which that's Shaquana. I was pregnant with her. I was young, and I needed to start some type of career with my life. And I used to do hair, so I took hair as the best thing to do. But I was in the system, and the system, when I got into the system, the pregnancy home that I was staying in didn't want me to go to beauty school. They wanted me to go back to high school. And I had no other choice, you know. So I had to drop out of that. But, of course, that was a loan that was created that I did not complete. Okay, so the Jews stepped in and said, we're gonna pay this off for you, you know, and we're going to help you get through this because we love your mother and we love you. You know, we see that you want to have a decent life. You're married, you know, even though you haven't had a baby young, because I had my baby at 16. You know, I was married, and they looked at that, you know, as being a process of life. You know, I wasn't out here just having babies and wasn't married. And, you know, even though that wasn't my daughter's father, but he took the initiative to bring my daughter into his life and raise her as his own. I wanted to complete my nursing. I really did. I just couldn't afford it. Okay, they gave me a job. They tried to get me signed with RCA. You know, they tried so much, but God wouldn't let that journey go that way for some reason. It was like, okay, no, you're not going to be a nurse. This is not what I want for you. You know, so I couldn't understand, you know, so I didn't give up. You know, I've told y'all about the story. You know, I was an employee of activities at my college, Toro College, and I'm in music. I love music, so I gave a talent show at the school, and I performed with my people, and that's when RCA stepped in. However, after that, I disappeared. Of course, you know, and shout out to Wu-Tang. They turned me up for that talent show by doing their video outside of my college. You know, the same week I was about to give the show. So y'all know I had a packed out show. So shout out to Wu-Tang for that. And Method Man, you know. However, you know, the streets talk, you know, and I was a host. Not only was I a host, I was a performer. You know, so RCA might have didn't sign me, but guess what? Other people heard about me. So Sony wanted to see, you know, they A&Rs wanted to see what I was about. You know, they didn't like the name Mama Brandy, so they was trying to force me to use the name Dejah. That's the name that they gave me, okay? It's not that I wanted the name Dejah. That's the name that they gave me. And I told y'all in my songs, okay? I tell y'all no lies, okay? They kept trying to get me to record to make my demo to give to the A&R. I got pregnant. What is his name? I can't even remember his name. I got pregnant. He immediately coached me into getting an abortion. He actually woke up at 4 a.m. and took me to get the abortion because they had plans on getting me ready to be signed with Sony. Because I was always out dancing and I was always, you know, performing. This is who Jackie was. You know, I was happy-go-lucky. This was me, you know. And everybody liked my presentation. However, I wouldn't do it. I refused to do it. No matter they would corner me, they would con me, they would try to do everything possible to keep me in New York City to make this demo to present to the A&R. I mean, to present to Sony. The A&R was trying to do all of this to present me to Sony. I disappeared and moved to Buffalo. Met a lot of good people. A lot of good people. But I still had a lot of stuff weighing on me. One, I just broke up with my husband. Two, I was in a relationship with someone else. By this point, me and my husband wasn't divorced because he disappeared and I disappeared. I just had a baby, which is my son. And the streets was calling. Okay? So I had a lot on my plate. You know, people don't know what it's like to go to bed every night and you're thinking about all these things that's in your life and what's going on with you, and you're saying why. And of course, a lot of things happen in between. I can't tell you the full details of every little detail. It comes out every now and again. However, yeah. So I had a crew, you know, as they call entourage, you know, but everybody was poor. Okay? So it was me that was putting the funding out there because I was the only one with any money. My aunt had passed away and left me a couple of dollars. And the money just went so fast. That's why I laugh at people when, you know, they be like, oh, you know, this is not that much money. And, you know, you're looking at them like, what? You know, my aunt left me $17,000. I look at $17,000 as being $1,000 today. Okay? Because that's how I felt back then. Okay? I was able to file taxes and get some money back. That wasn't enough to survive on. Especially when you're taking care of other people. That's what I've always done, took care of people. And I have to go to bed on that as well. How am I going to feed these people that I'm taking care of? I have all these people that surrounding me, looking at me, saying, we hungry, or I need clothes, or we going out, or it was always something, you know, that I had to help these people with. If it was nothing but just keeping a roof over their head. I had a lot weighing on me. Okay, that's why I tell people you don't want Dejah's life. You don't want it. Okay? It got to the point where things were so bad to where I was trying so hard, y'all, to help these people that was in my life. You know, it's not that I didn't want to help them. It's just that it became very overwhelming, okay? And one of the people that I was taking care of went and stole something out of the store because they wanted to buy drinks, okay? We needed cheese to make the macaroni and cheese. I used to feed all the people, you know, and feed my community in Buffalo. And the kids, the same way I do here in North Carolina, but up there, I did it a little bit more because I had people that would come through and give me money and say, hey, here's a few dollars, or Dejah, you be doing so much. Here's a bottle of Moet for you, because that was my drink. I drank Moet. I never was that alcohol drinker, you know. I left that back in New York. You know, I didn't like the feeling of drinking alcohol. Once I had my first hangover, I didn't throw up or anything, but I just had a headache for like 3 days, you know, and I couldn't get rid of that headache. And I told myself, I'm not drinking no more alcohol. I can't do this. So I was a Moet drinker. So, you know, when people came through, they would bring me a bottle of Moet. I was at the clubs, you know, in Buffalo, running around. They treated me with so much respect. Oh, getting back to the person that stole the cheese, you know, and I'm trying to tell her, like, no, put it back. And I don't know if they seen me, you know, trying to get her to put it back, and she wasn't listening to me, but she wound up going to jail, and the judge said to her, your sister is trying to help you, and you embarrassing her by stealing. you're going to sit. That's when I knew Buffalo knew who I was. That's when I knew. And when I say Buffalo, not just the people on the street, the court system. They was watching me, every move I made. And it was so hard for us to survive. And they knew that. I started selling drugs. I started selling weed. To take care of all them people and keep them off the streets. Be able to give the kids parties every weekend. I didn't want to sell drugs. But how was I going to take care of all these people? That was an entourage. It was so many of them. And I was their leader. It was the worst thing ever. I never want to experience it again. What are you trying to buy now?
Nothing.
So what do you need my wallet for?
For my social security number.
Oh, well, that's somewhere else. And what are you using that for?
Apple Cash.
You trying to apply for some credit?
Apple Cash.
Oh, God. And here it is. I'm the leader of my own kids, and these kids.
I'm eligible.
Oh, my God. Well, anyway, it's in my pink Coach wallet where, I don't know. I don't know where it is. My pink Coach wallet.
I'm gonna just learn the last few digits.
My pink Coach wallet. Where's my pink Coach wallet?
Does it have your social security number and your birth certificate?
In there? No, Dejah. Just give me, please. Let me finish this podcast, please.
Okay.
But I do need to find that piece. Oh, here you go.
Thanks. I'll bring it back. Quietly.
Once again, like I said, I was their leader. It's bringing tears to my eyes because y'all don't know how hard it was for me, looking at all these guys, not guys, it was girls and guys, and trying to help them all. And when they needed help, they came to me. My name was all the way from Buffalo to New York City. If you need help, go see Dejah. That was the word on the street. She'll help you. But I needed to help myself. I had a lot weighing on me. But my aunt told me when she passed away, right before she passed away, she said, I want you to take care of the kids. But I didn't know she meant other people's kids. So I was trying to take care of my kids and other people's kids too. Parents that failed their children. So yeah, so I started selling drugs. Everybody supported me. Down to the police. They supported me too. Because they knew that I wasn't out buying fancy cars and big fancy houses. I was taking care of the community. I didn't have nothing but a beat up van. Well, it wasn't beat up. It was. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It wasn't beat up. It was. It was decent. I just didn't like it, but I had to have a van because I had so many people. Out of them people, I lost two. That would be Shotty and Blaze. They didn't listen. Shotty turned on me because he was trying to hurt one of the other, as we call family. And I told him, I said, no, I can't have that. And they killed him on the train tracks. Blaze, he was a singer. And I kept telling him, stop disappearing. We have to stay together. He used to sing so beautiful. They killed him in a park. Just give me a moment, y'all. I couldn't keep a relationship because I had so many kids. I had this entourage. So nobody was able to really come into my life and really love me like that. I was miserable. I didn't know if people wanted me because they wanted me or they just wanted to be a part of the entourage. This is not something that I planned, people. This is just how it happened, you know. Then they start sending people from New York City. This is when I knew that my name was running from the top of New York to the bottom. I said, this is crazy. The one that they sent from New York City, he was real special. He was a Caribbean, which made it easier for me to eat the way, I like to eat because he eats, a certain type of way, because that's how they're brought up. We would get up every morning and go to Dunkin' Donuts and watch the stock market, watch the numbers of gold. Every morning. We will watch the numbers of gold go up and down every day. Eating Dunkin' Donuts. Meanwhile of all of that, I had the car accident, which helped me get a little bit more money, but it still wasn't enough, not to take care of all them people. And that's when I started to sell drugs and sell food, you know. But people was jealous of it. People hated that I had the fame. They hated that literally I was a celebrity of the city. That's what the city did for me, for taking care of the unknown kids that didn't have parents that was capable at the time. But it made people hate me. Because they wanted to be me. But they don't know every night that I went to bed. I went to bed in pain mentally. Oh, I got robbed. Some things that's bad. Don't know, it ain't always bad. I got robbed. They took my money, my work, and even my seasonings. It looked bad. But it was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. I was broke at that point. But all the drug dealers of Buffalo, they took care of me. Whatever I needed. If I needed gas, if I needed a bill paid, whatever I needed, they gave it to me. So I didn't have to go back into the game. They was trying to say, my friend Slick, he came to me. Shout out to Slick. He's here in North Carolina with me. And he said, Dejah, he said, go talk to Arita. And I said, why? He said, she's going to help you get your CDL with the job that she's at. So you could be in peace, you know, and make your own money, and you won't be walking around here in a daze. She'll help you. Shout out to Slick and Arita. So I went to Arita. And I told her, I said, I want to get my CDLs and, you know, drive and take care of the kids. You know, drive the kids. And she said, I got you. She said, I'm going to put you on the list. You know, I did my interview and everything. And I'm going to put you on the list for the class. I started my class. I went, took my test, passed my test. Got my CDLs. That's when I became a professional. And she used to say, Jackie, you work so hard for me. Why? And I said, Arita, because I don't want to go back to that life. I hated it. with everything in me. I got remarried. That would be my husband, Mark Richardson. I carry his name. And he put me through a lot of problems, but I didn't want to go back to the life that I was used to in Buffalo. When I came back to Buffalo, because I had left Buffalo, a couple of my family members passed away. My aunt had passed away. Yeah, I told y'all about that. And then grandma passed away. A lot went on, and I can't tell y'all every detail because I'll be on here for hours and hours and hours, and I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. When I got my CDLs, that was like the best thing that happened to me. Even though I had college credits, I could have went back to college, but my mind wasn't ready for it. You have to be ready for school. And I used to love to drive. I always stayed on the highway. I was on the New York State Thruway, up and down, back and forth to New York. It was unreal. I don't know how much I was going back and forth to see my family in New York to Buffalo. My mother said, you got to stop driving around so much. You're always on the go. You just pick up and you go, And I said, Mommy, I'm going to be okay. I just, I got so much going on. She didn't understand. She didn't know what I had going on. All I wanted was a regular life. I didn't ask for that life. It's different when you go out there and you say, I want to be in the street life, and you get in it. I didn't want that life. All I wanted to do was just dance and be happy. That's it. That's all. I couldn't even dance. The guys will try to pull my clothes off. Wait for me outside the club. Pull my clothes. And it was the worst life ever. When I came back to Buffalo, I came back as a different person, and I wanted to work for the community, but I didn't want to do it where I got a house and pull people in. I didn't want to do that no more. I just wanted to work in the community. So that's when I went to work for the community center. And I think I told y'all some of this story. And, first thing that comes to play is music. Anything with music, they look at Dejah. Dejah, you are the one when it comes to music. You the one that be out in the clubs. You the one that do promoting. You the one that be dancing. You know all the people. Dejah, she's popular. We need her. So I put the talent show together. Just like I did in Torah College. But of course, this one was bigger because it was the community. Meaning the whole Buffalo. Shout out to Sugar Ray Leonard. He opened up the city for me pretty much that weekend. Is that Friday? What was it? No, it was Thursday night. He had a boxing match, and they sent me over to get tickets from him and meet him, take pictures, because I was one of the celebrities of the city. And that went well. We went out to his boxing match, enjoyed that, and the next day was my big event. And it was a big event, which actually brought out the mayor, okay? Byron Brown. Shout out to him. By this point, my name is running from not only the top of New York, but from Toronto all the way to New York City. And because my friend Greg, shout out to him, he's passed away. May his soul continue to rest in peace. He opened up the doors for me in Toronto. It was always, I need Dejah. Where's Dejah? Dejah got to help me through this. He was a felon, so he couldn't go across the border, but he wanted to throw this party in Toronto, and he needed Dejah. So he looked for Dejah, which is me. Shout out to Magic City Barbershop. He came, knocked on the door, said, Dejah, I need to talk to you. I said, Greg, what you want me to do? I know you want me to do something. That's why you standing at my door. And he said, come over to the shop for a minute. I said, all right. I want to talk to you around the people, you know. And, you know, because all my people, they come running to the door when I open up the door. That's how I got out of a situation that I was in. I had wrote a check, and the check bounced, and the police came to my house about it. And, you know, matter of fact, a friend of mine, Adrian, he paid that off for me. Shout out to him. Cops came to my house, and all the kids just came to the door. And they looking, and they like, we're not going to hurt her. We're not taking her nowhere. We just want to talk to her about this situation. But the cop looked at me and he said, I understand perfectly. That's a lot of kids you got going on, man. You got 2 with diapers, and Lord Jesus, he said, I see. So we're not taking you to jail. We just need you to pay this by a certain time. And I didn't have the money, and my friend Adrian stepped in and did that for me. So shout out to him, and God bless him, and may God continue to bless him. He's the one that gave me the name Dejah Dukes, because I used to wear I had these black Levi shorts, and I was really small, you know, very petite, flat stomach, you know, and I'm short, and I had these Levi shorts, and I will always wear any time I put it in, and to this day, no matter what pants I have on with loops in it, I always have on a belt. And I wore these Levi shorts with a belt. And he used to think it looked so cute. And so he named me Dejah Dukes. And that name went all the way from... It's crazy how things happen. Went all the way from Buffalo to Ohio. Okay? And kept on going. Because that's what people start calling me, Dejah Dukes. To this day. So shout out to Levi's for making those shorts, because I would have never got that name, Dejah Dukes, and people wouldn't be wearing the short shorts like that if I would have never bought them Levi's. Getting back to what I was saying, you know, Greg had came to the door, you know, and they, like I said, once again, they always all come to the door when I'm at the door. Everybody's like standing like, who is that? And what do they want? You know? And as we getting another one moving in, you know, that's how it was, y'all. And Greg said, it's not personal. I just want to talk to you for a moment. You know, the kids should be back. He took me over to the barbershop. He said, listen, I'm giving a show in Toronto, and I need you to host it. And I said, okay. Well, I got my girls together, and, you know, they heard, the Buffalo Bills heard about that, so they came through, you know, to give me that NFL love. You know, they came through to Bailey Avenue, you know, and even gave us some money, you know, to make sure we was good out there, you know. Because I guess some of them was going to be out there as well, so it was a big event. And shout out to the Buffalo Bills. I don't remember their names, but they showed up. That's when I first learned about Air Max, okay, through them, because we really couldn't afford them, so we wouldn't even look over that way, to the Air Max. That was just for the football players. And I got my first Air Max because of them, so now I'm stepping like the NFL, and my flexi steppies, so that was big for me, because I was big in the city. So, that's how it works. So yeah, that's when Dejah name started running from Toronto all the way to New York City. I tell y'all no lie, I had some fun days. I don't regret the fun days, but all the bad days and all the sad days that came with it, and the pain that came with it was unbearable. When I gave the talent show in Buffalo, I went out to all the stores, the Italians, the Arabians, the Jews, it didn't matter, and I told them what I was doing, and I asked them to support their community by donating so we can give this talent show and give back to the kids, with the money that we've made. And they did. They understood what I was doing, and they gave it to me, So the mayor took that big because, I had a lot of courage to go out there to even talk to the people. But everybody in the community knew me. It was like he was the mayor, but I was the mayor. It was what Dejah said goes. You know what I mean? And that's because they gave me that power because I put so much work in. I put a lot of work in, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. If I told y'all about some of the days and the fights and the drama and the murders, it's just, and I didn't have nothing to do with the murders, but they were still a part of me. It was just so much pain. Okay. And I guess, when I when I was on that depression medication, and smoked that weed, they say things that's in the back of your mind plays a big part when you are under the influence of drugs and alcohol, and I guess maybe that's why, the medicine might have mentally destroyed me to harm myself, because mentally I was already destroyed. I was already destroyed, y'all, mentally. All the souls that I had to take care of, and I had to make sure that they was being raised right, that we would go to church, that we would do family things, that we would, I had to make sure of these things and still raise my own children. Right now in my family, I've lost 2 of them. They're not dead, but they mentally gone. That was, the incentive to tell me to take care of my people. Going back to the talent show, after I gave the talent show, me and the kids that won, matter of fact, not even the kids that won. I took all the kids. We went skating. We did some other things in the community for my hospitality and for their hospitality to the city. The money that we made, and then some of the money went to the community center to do other things to help, the kids, buy things that they might have, they might need or whatever the case may be. The mayor came out with us. He came out and sat with the director of the community center. She wound up moving to Atlanta about a couple of weeks later, and I stayed in Buffalo. But it was time for me to leave as well. When something happened in Buffalo. I can't remember what happened. I had a bad storm. And I had the kids on the bus, and we were stuck. And I was singing with them, and I was doing all kind of things with them, to keep them from crying or, being aggy because they was in their little car seats on the bus. And the news team, of course, pulled up on me because I was the city celebrity, And, they had to ask me some questions and, what I'm doing with the kids to keep them occupied and different things like that. So in other words, the news team opened up the city for me. They needed to put my face on TV, because the city had made me just that big. I knew everybody all the way from Tonawanda, Lackawanna, all the way through Buffalo to almost Rochester, okay? I would go down on Jefferson. My friend Ali, God bless his soul, he passed away as well. He was from Jefferson. So he opened up the doors for me to hang out over there, with him and his wife. We would go and hang out with him on Jefferson. So, I was all over Buffalo. My name went through Buffalo like it was nothing, And then I had family members, because my brother had 12 kids, So I was trying to learn who my nieces and nephews was because I had kids as well. And I would always bring them, to my house and give them that family time, that family love. Your auntie is here, if you need me, But I hated it. And I'm not saying that I hate Buffalo, but I'm glad that I'm out of Buffalo. I'm just happy. It was relief. I used to have nightmares about my brother when I was in Buffalo. It was just, oh my gosh, it was just the worst. And I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. It was just the worst. The moment that a friend of mine, her name was Angel, she took me to Maryland, and she told me, she said, I needed to bring you here, and you'll be fine here. I was able to start my life over. I was able to start over. I was able to be free, make money, and take care of my people. The people that I made. It was me, my Dejah, Jair, and Shaquana stayed in Buffalo. I had to wind up going to get her and bring her to Maryland. They didn't like her, but Maryland accepted me. I met the love of my life. I was able to love again. I was able to love again and be loved. I met the love of my life, which is my daughter's father. I thought I would be his wife and end my life with him. But of course, the industry found me again. I came home. They found Dejah. But my life is different now. God has took me down a different journey. I can't go back to who Dejah was. That is over. That's over. And I need people to understand that. I need 50 to understand that. It's over. I'm a different person now. I didn't even ask for that life. And I'm not going back to it. And I wish people understand. No matter how many people y'all bring into my life with this negativity, I'm not going back. I am not. I like my life. Yes, I am tired. I'm tired of taking care of people. I would like to live for once. Marilyn gave me that. That's why I loved him so. And I will never stop loving Marilyn. I went to work every day. I made enough money to take care of my people. My people. And North Carolina keep trying to recreate this Buffalo life that I hated. Why? This is why I have to speak on it. I hated my life in Buffalo. And I'm a different person now. I have more under my belt now. I'm a professional now. I'm a business owner now. Stop trying to recreate something that no longer exists. You know, this is why I just want to sell the music, sell my trademark, and just get out. So I can live a regular life and be loved. Why do I gotta keep loving everybody else? I'm tired. I want to love myself and I want to be loved. I just want a regular life. I never wanted to be a music artist. It wasn't something that was in my list of things to do. I just like to dance. That's what made me happy because my grandmother used to always have her little gatherings and we used to have fun on those days and everybody dancing, laughing. My grandmother, she was, she'd get jazzy, her clothes. I'm just like her. I just need to get a house so I can have a room just like how she had. She had a room. It was a bedroom, and it was full of her clothes. A 3-bedroom apartment, and one room was for her clothes. Yeah. And she was into the community things, but it was a lot different than what the hell I'm going through. She was into the political and the church, doing all these different things, and and I vowed to be just like her because she was well loved, and I'm well loved too, but people don't understand. Having fame is not a good thing. Being a celebrity is not a good thing. And I did that without music. But you got some of these people so hungry for fame. That's why I give it to them. But I listen to Meek a lot. And Meek is like, no, don't give it to them. I worked hard for my fame to just be giving it away. How many deathbeds did you have to sit on? How many people did you bury? How many times did you try to kill yourself because you couldn't survive mentally? How many car accidents were you in? But you want my fame. Why? Do you know what I went through? And what I'm still going through? But you want my fame. How many fires? I've been through so much, people. When I sit down, sometimes my brain's go in circles. Sometimes I want to forget. It's not that it's personal. I want to forget. I want to live in the moment, today. I don't want to keep living in the past. That's the past. I'm trying to live for the future. I'm trying to build a life. I'm trying to be somebody's wife. What my family taught me to be. And they make it so hard for me to even have a relationship. I told myself that I have to focus right now. Buy me a house. I'm disciplining myself. I'm not buying no more clothes. I'm getting off of social media. I'm not helping nobody market. I'm not doing nothing. And if they don't like it, if you want to go to war, let's go to war. It is what it is. Because I have to get a house for me and my kids. I'm not going to keep being crowded in this 2-bedroom apartment. Okay, with no place to put my clothes. Stuff all over the place. I'm not going to keep living like this because y'all want me to continue to help y'all. So if you want to go to war, let's go to war. I don't care. I need to get me a house. And that's just the bottom line. I need a new car. I have to go to work. I'm not selling drugs to buy no house. I'm not selling drugs to buy no car. That is not my life. Y'all need to understand that. That's the past. I didn't gain anything out of it but a number that I made because I gave it all away. All of it. Shout out to my landlord in Buffalo. She was Asian. She came to me. She said, Jackie, why don't you just... No, she used to call me Jackie. She said, why don't you just buy the house? I said, now how am I supposed to do that? And I got to take care of all these people. How? See, the Asian's been in my life for a very long time. So you need to understand that as well. I'm going to continue to show them love, too. She was willing to sell me the house because I had so much power. But I knew I wouldn't have been able to afford the upkeep of it. Unless I kept selling drugs and doing all the other things that I was doing to maintain life. And I didn't have a job. I tried to go to work. 2 days on the job, I get hit by a Mack truck. So now there's no working again. So how am I supposed to take care of what I need to take care of? God has straightened my life out. And I'm happy with my life. I just want to find me a husband to have fun with, laugh with, and be happy with, grow old with. Learn new things together. Someone I could call my best friend and we depend upon each other. Not someone that just wants my fame. Now, is anybody out there that's listening to the Dejah story? I'm selling my trademark. And you can call me, email me. You can call me at 443-805-9841. If I don't answer, leave a message. You can email me at Dejah, DEJAH, 0717 @ymail.com. My goal now is I just want to buy a house, feel comfortable again, comfortable enough to be able to help the youth the right way. Meaning, if I'm going to lead the youth, I want to lead the youth from the government side, where I'm able to help them get through situations that they just can't figure out. My plan in the next 3 years or 2 years is to run for mayor of the city of Charlotte. That's my plans. But I need to take care of me first. And I'm willing to sacrifice my trademark for that. I know building my business means a lot to me, but what means more to me is what God designed me to be.
And that's to help the kids of tomorrow. So they don't have to go through what I went through. All the roadblocks. All the pain. So they will feel like they have a chance. And I sit back and say, well, my life is supposed to be like this. I'm never going to be anything. Because right now, that's how most of them think. I deal with the kids every single day. I talk to the kids every single day. And they show me much love and much respect. And they listen and they try. But every time they try, there's always a roadblock. So the only way I can help them is by stepping my foot into the government so I could stop those blocks for them and make the government see what they're doing to our people. But I have to take care of me first. I can't go and help other people if my life is in chaos. I'm sitting here looking at my clothes and I'm thankful for every piece that I have. But it's crowding my space. It's crowding my mental. The colors. And I love being in black. But I gotta wear all these colors. It's crowding my mental. This is why I just want to sell my trademark and music too, if possible. And do what God asks me to do. Let's take care of the children. Just in a higher class way. I have to level up. I started on the ground. Some things have changed, some things haven't. Being in the community plays a big part. But being part of the people that create the problem so I can help them change it plays a bigger part. I have bigger things to do. And I can't do it if I have to work so hard every day, going to work to survive. I know people say, no, don't sell your trademark. You built that. But it's not going to mean anything if you're unhappy. And if you're not completing the assignment that God asked you to complete. It's bigger than me. I can buy another trademark. This is bigger than me. And that's what y'all need to understand. So once again, if there's anybody out there that would like to buy this trademark and get these products out here to these people the fast way, Give me an offer. Because I still have assignments I have to complete. And those assignments are for God. And for these children. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, and Dejah. I love you guys. I love y'all for listening. I love y'all for wanting to know Dejah. I love y'all for wanting to know what she went through. She went through a lot of pain. Now y'all know. I'll talk to y'all soon.